Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Gbogbo ṣe ń lọ ní Máyégún dá wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀tẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Good morning to you.
Bó bá ṣe àní Máyégún máa wí.
Olowo, good afternoon to you.
Ó sì tún ṣe wà á gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is brunch time with Mayegun.
Agbárísì kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ lójoojúmọ́.
Thank you so much for
Àní
joining me.
ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Máyégún ti dé.
For today,
Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Máyégún ti dé.
again, thanks so much for joining me from wherever you are tuning in, right? Read the caption of this broadcast, the description of the broadcast, like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today.
Bọ́ bàbá jẹun rẹ̀. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Gómìnà gbówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí fa. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
This morning or this afternoon, depends on the time you are joining us or wherever you are tuning in from. So it is going to be about Doyin Okuigbe again.
Àní
The old ass licker, the old man ass licker. There are many like that. Called jesters.
Máyégún ti dé.
For today. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are tuning in from. Until the brunch time with Mayegun. It is Mayegun Live. So this morning, I think today we make it day 9 that Kalu left Nigeria for the UK, where he is currently resting, having his vacation. They call it 2 weeks vacation, and that should be Kalu should be planning to go back to Nigeria in the next 5 days, and that should be maybe by Wednesday or so. And according to this old man, old picture by the way, Doyin Okuigbe, who was the former presidential spokesperson to Goodluck Ebere Jonathan, then he later became the Director General of Peter Obi for President 2023 until the establishment came for him, where they used the compromise of his criminal past. He's also an ex-convict, a convict of corruption, who was convicted of looting or stealing and mismanaging money when he was serving as presidential aide in Nigeria. So since then, Doyin Okuigbe has been trying to sort of put himself in the media. The last time he had so much positivity kinda was when he tried to rejuvenate himself or rebirth himself through the obedient movement. There are so many crooks and criminals who also tried to use the obedient movement at the time to rebrand. But it is pretty much like, once you are a shit like that, it doesn't really, the stench doesn't really go away per se. So it didn't take time before he was forced to resign from the obedient movement. And since then, it was like, one of the best decisions that the obedient came to kind of realize later. So a man, old man criminal, since then has been showing his, love for Tifnumbu's ass, that has been doing so much than even those that have been paid by Tifnumbu to launder his image in that contraption. Doyin Okuigbe, once in a while, almost all the time anyway, once in a while will kind of stir controversy in defense of Tifnumbu. The latest one is this header of this broadcast, right? Doyin Okuigbe said that those of you condemning Tifnumbu, that why can't Tifnumbu spend his holiday in Nigeria, like promotes one of these states in Nigeria to show that people could holiday in Nigeria or anywhere in that contraption. So according to him, he said, you are uninformed. So many of you are not informed because a president can't really holiday in his country if he wants to, especially a country in crisis. He admitted that Nigeria is in crisis, and therefore the best place would be far away from Nigeria for Tifnumbu to go and reflect on his policies, okay, rejig his cabinet, and then once he comes back, life will begin to get better for all of you in Nigeria. So that's what he said. Verbatism. I'm going to try and share the parts, or in quotes, what Doyin Okuigbe actually said. Okay. So according to him, the Nigerians condemning Tifnumbu, they are ill-informed. So this is it, verbatism, in quotes. Okay. Said, I have read many uninformed criticism. Let me put that on the screen. Hang on. So I can read it from my phone, by the way. I have read many uninformed criticism of the president's holiday trip abroad. Personally, from my understanding of how presidents behave in periods of national crisis, so he admits that Nigeria is in the current national crisis. True to that. I believe the president has willfully separated himself from officials, friends, and associates to reflect and review the last 17 months and chart a new way forward for his administration. At the same time, it is to carefully avoid undue interference from political associates in his thought process to rejig his cabinet. Staying anywhere in Nigeria definitely will not affect such peaceful and serene atmosphere to our objective. Also, he said, this retreat would signal good tidings for the people of Nigeria and bring about the much needed comfort and succor for our teeming masses. Right? I know the joke right itself, okay? But that's actually what they say when you see the ass lickers. But sometimes you feel like, when you get older and you don't really have anything to lose anymore, sometimes you just have to come clean, come straight, right? But that is not that of Nigeria. They are so useless that when they tell you about how to respect elders, and you begin to ask yourself like, shit, elder, when you have elders or older guys that are very prominent in deceiving the younger people, and at the same time they want to be respected, it is like a double whammy, like one of my friends would say, double whammy. Something that is like a double jeopardy, stabbed in the front, stabbed in the back, deny it or go down for it, and then, do it again and again in a way, then ask for respect. You get? So they want to be respected when they are not truthful, when they are not honest. So Tifnumbu is in London, collecting different jugs, drips, is being pumped with different drugs just to kind of possibly keep him alive enough that he can answer Mr. President. A deluded, demented old man, right? That they all know the reason why they can't leave him in that contraption is because, number one, he is not healthy, right? Like a Bukwari is not fine. So they can't let those of, the Nigerian medical practitioners to be aware that is a very sick old man, demented old man, old crook is their president, something they would like to keep away from you as much as possible. But they are ready to make him as the guinea pig, having a lab rat. What do you call those things that they use in the lab as lab test animals, right? That is what the president of Nigeria have become. The former head of state of Nigeria is in London because of health problem, which is Yakubu Golos. Now, Yakubu Golos is here. Bokwari was here, is back in Nigeria now. So that too spent 8 years, and there is no single medical facility in Nigeria, okay? Nigeria is supposed to be a very beautiful place. Here you get now, like some of us who live abroad, when we remember our childhood, when we remember about beautiful places, even if you are the type who never really left your region, yeah, there are beautiful places that you can go to in that country if these guys have not really bastardized the entire place and then turn the whole place to dangerous areas that you do not want to risk your life going to, even they themselves don't want to, despite all the security that surrounds them all the time, right? They do not want to risk their life going to those places. But there are beautiful places in Nigeria, beautiful places, beautiful than the UK, serene than the UK, better than America, better than all these places. I'm not in that aspect, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about when you are looking for serene, beautiful nature and all that. You find them all over the place in Nigeria. Less polluted, clean air, clean water, and all of natural, everything natural. But they destroyed everything. They bastardized everything. And the populated, noisy cities in the world is now the serene places for them. When they go to New York, they will tell you, oh, New York is just to go and get some peaceful. What is peaceful in New York? Come to London. What is peaceful about London? Have you been to London? Right? What is peaceful? What is serene there? Than going to Obudu in Calabar, or going to all these hilly places in Osun, beautiful, beautiful sites in Ekiti, and so many other places like Yankari Reserve and all those areas. Beautiful places up north, Middle Belt, lovely places. Today, those places have been what? They have been filled with either terrorists or illegal miners who are destroying the environment, destroying the nature, the land, and everything. So the likes of Okuigbe can tell you that your former presidents come to the UK for medical care. Some of them go to Saudi Arabia, where they are like, they put them on the operation table like that, where they are operating them, like cutting them into pieces, because they couldn't build any real health care for themselves in Nigeria, talk less of the people they are leading or ruling, right? Boy, the easy excuse is that I just want to go to a very peaceful place. What is peaceful about London for an old people? Is it going to be the traffic, or what exactly is peaceful for them that is more peaceful than the place they are coming from, if they have actually made the place better? So similarly, I read it somewhere where they said that the son, which is the Sheyi Tinubu, is now going to pay the medical bill for 10,000 Nigerians across Nigeria. So they will just walk into any hospital. Those who can pay their medical bills, right? Sheyi Tinubu and his team, they will pay your bill. So that in another 5 years, they can tell you that Sheyi Tinubu has paid the deal like his father. Do you know how many people he has helped? He has paid for more than 200,000 people have received medical support from Sheyi Tinubu. When it seems, because they've destroyed the medical system, right? They have destroyed the what do you call it? The means of the people making money for themselves, enough that they could take care of themselves. So everybody will have to wait, either queue for bread or queue for rice, or then you pray that Sheyi Tinubu walk into your hospital bill and pay the 20,000 naira or 30,000 naira that your parents can pay. So that you can say, thank you so much. God will bless you, sir. Oh, Heavenly Father. So you steal from them, loot them blind, make them so poor, and then offer yourself as their Messiah. So what if Tinubu won't think here? In your own opinion, what do you think he is coming here to come and think about when he's right here somewhere under the drug everywhere, probably 24 hours a day, where they are monitoring him, monitoring his vitals and all of that until they are satisfied that, I think it's fine now. He can go back. They say, please don't do anything stressful. I say, no, I'm not going to do anything stressful. Like a Bukwari, I'm not doing anything stressful. I'm just the oppressed idiot. Other people are doing it for me. So they are even making it look like he needed to come here to come and think on how, let's see what they talk say, Mr. Strategist. Mr. Strategist that's appointed, listen to this, so out of the 48 ministers that Tinubu appointed, 33 of them, they are currently under the EFCC investigation for corruption, for looting. 33. That's the person that they said is a Mr. Strategist. So what do you think he is here to strategize about? To look for further thieves, or reshovel the thieves, so that they are telling you that if he comes back, the likes of Okuigbe is telling you that once he comes back, he's coming back to come and make your life better. How? It is really, really ridiculous, but it is Nigeria. Alaye is here, okay? And possibly, I know some said that he's probably looking for appointments under Tinubu. I don't really think he's getting any. Most of them are like that. Okay, you've seen Reno Mokri. You've seen what's the other one? His name Buala, Daniel So Buala, and all that. So these are a bunch of ass leakers, indeed. Okay, who are mostly shameless too. But there are those in Nigeria, right? Who, I don't know, it's like it's in the gene, or I don't know, maybe it's this. If you are supporting APC, like they say, you do not need your brain per se. Remi Ahmed Tinubu Rat was in Ileife yesterday, right? So Tinubu is showing the Nigerians shaggy. The wife is empathizing with them. For example, said things are very tough. So therefore, people are running mad. So we need to care for the people with mental health problem. Please take care of your mental health. In this Tinubu's Nigeria, take care of your mental health. But who is running you mad in Nigeria other than Tinubu and his policy? So they said Tinubu is here to review his policies with who? So Remi was in Ileife yesterday. And she said her husband is rich. Therefore, her husband is not greedy. Your husband is not greedy. Why do they really like to talk about them being rich? When in actual fact, right, they do not have any real business that you can say, oh, for example, now you can say, okay, this is Tinubu's business. Does anybody know what Tinubu's business is? Or Remi's business? Do you know what Remi's and Tinubu's business, what their businesses are? Apart from politics, apart from being former governor, godfather, and can you tell me what exactly is Tinubu's business apart from politics? So every time they say he's a rich guy, he's not greedy, isn't that like a mockery, like an insult to you? Do you not really see that as an insult to you? Like, okay, what exactly did Tinubu invented? What did he invent? Where did he make his money from? Where? I know the answer. I'm just asking you. So they loot you blind, then come to you and brag and say they are very rich and they are not greedy. You are not greedy. But suddenly you are paying the subsidy that you claim you have removed to yourself. And you continue to say you have removed the subsidy when you know you haven't. And Nigerians are so gullible. Sadly, so gullible that some of them actually repeating the same. They are telling themselves that the reason why things are tough for them in Nigeria right now is because they remove subsidy. People are going on TV. They are repeating the same thing. that is because they removed subsidy. They removed subsidy. But you know they didn't remove any subsidy. They only changed the beneficiary, the people they paid the subsidy to. And it's obvious now that, yeah, the Tinubu of this world have made enough for themselves on behalf of his supposed uncle, Abikilamakwe, from 74 billion naira asset all these years until 2023. Then between 2023 and 2024, now grown to nearly 2 trillion naira worth, all because they are now responsible for the importation of a fuel from Malta, where they are collecting their subsidy steady. And then you still go out there and say, okay, the reason why all of you are suffering is because they remove subsidy. If you remove subsidy, you don't determine how much they sell petroleum anymore. That means you don't determine that. But no, they still come out to tell you that NNPC has said that, has increased the price of petroleum, and therefore everybody will just fall in line and begin to increase their own like that. So she was in Ile-Ife to donate money. She gave them 1 billion naira. OAU, Obafemi Awolowo University, because she just remember how beautiful the place was. And she's so like. I said, well, what? Where is that 1 billion naira coming from, by the way? Is it coming from our private pockets? Or is that coming from our office that is illegal, officer of the Vex lady? She is the Vex lady of Nigeria, right? And the most thing she says everywhere she goes to is that we are not greedy. We are rich. We do not need Nigeria's money. We are just trying to help Nigeria. God damn it, man. Had one earlier.
In my day was beautiful. What I saw today, the roads and all that. I don't have what chairman is here. Has he gone? He ran away because he knows I'm going to call him out. But we need his help. Because I wanted to put him on the line. And KBC, between the VC and KBC, I'll donate 1 billion to the school. I'm wanting is not to renovate buildings, but just for the general ambience of the horticultural landscape. Because what we see, I want KBC to supervise it, to sit on it, but to make 1 billion available through the renewed hope initiative. I know some of them are there in my day.
She just gave 1 billion because of the horticultural landscape of Ile-Ife. So she wants them to grow more flowers, gardens, and all of that. So on behalf of KBC, that is a honey of Ife. And then I'll give 1 billion. I'll give 1 billion. Billion naira. And that's what they go about doing. But people never ask, they just clap. Where is that 1 billion coming from, ma'am? Hey. Sorry, can I ask you a question, ma? Yes. That 1 billion naira, where is it coming from? Is that coming from the public fund? You know, Nigeria is very used, they are like that. Politicians and their wives, they will go anywhere, they will go to churches, they will go to mosques, they will go to a few other places and just say, I am donating 500 million naira. From where is that money coming from? Public fund, though. People's taxes. So somebody that was never really elected, so to say, but the wife of a man, an illegitimate president of the country, okay? So the wife goes somewhere and said, oh, I just love the horticultural. It used to be so beautiful. And I don't know what happened. It's no longer beautiful. Okay, I'll give you 1 billion naira to start planting the flowers so that you can horticulture, you can. She was there. But if you take a look at this, imagine what 1 billion naira would do in such environment like this.
FMC, that is now the Federal University Teaching Hospital Owerri. Inside this ward, you can see children here. Children admitted here. Out of 6 bulbs, only 1 is on. These 2 ceiling fans are not on at all. Look at the walkways. Look at the walkways, very dark. Look at the walkways, very dark. This is a federal institution here in Owerri, federal hospital. And somebody is in charge. Can't the government come in and look for what is happening here? What are we seeing in this town? Why are people so wicked and mean? Putting people in a place that there is nothing working there. Let the government come and ask questions. Who is taking the money to maintain this place? What kind of nonsense is this happening here? Is it Tinubu that's in charge of this hospital now? Is it not human beings? Or Burundi in charge here? Ondibo mege here. Or one year Osachigeba. Or 1 year Yoruba Chigia. Can't our people reason? What is happening here? You torture little children and their parents because and they are paying heavy money. You can't put light here. You can't put ceiling fan. They stay here in the night. And I mean, this is wickedness. Too much.
Yes, brother, it is. It is. If you decide to go around the Ile-Ife and go and check the hospitals, go and check the wards, and see what a billionaire can do there. But no. I'm not saying that a billionaire can't do a great deal in Ile-Ife, University of Ife. Maybe the theater rooms, like, lecture theaters and all of that. I'll let you